अमर देखो कृष्ण दामोदराने. Alone I do not have the strength to perform Harinam Sankirtan. Being kind and giving me one drop of faith, bestow upon me the priceless treasure of Krishna Nam. Amara Krishna se tomara Krishna dite varo tomara shakati ache. Krishna se tomara Amito Kangala Krishna Krishna Moli Daitavo Pache Pache. Amito Kangala Krishna Krishna Daitavo Pache Pache. Krishna is yours, so you have the power to give Krishna. I'm only a beggar running behind you, calling out, Krishna, Krishna. Oge Vaishnava Thakura, Doyaro Sagoro, Edase Koruna Gori. Amare se koruna kori. Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur. Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur. Prabhu hai, Prabhu hai, Prabhu hai, Jai Jai Prabhu hai. Shri Vaishnava Thakur ki jai, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. If you know your sim,
I know little, but I don't know it full. I know it's like 75%.
What is the exact name?
164.
164. Better, better little than nothing.
Oh, it's on the Gaudiya Kirtan app. I haven't listened to it in a while, so. That's nice. I don't have my phone to play that. Oh, I do actually. Sure, we can do that. Or better just have someone live do something that they fully know. Yeah. Do you know it, Gadogaja? No? Okay. I'll pull it up. And something else, yeah. If someone wants to do something else. Well.
My first day with what? Jack, Guru Dev. Page 60, I think it might be 59. 58. Thank you, Prabhu. Nitai Padakamalam Koti Chandra Sushitalam Nitai Padakamalam Koti Chandra Sushitalam Jai Chaya Jagata Juda Jai Chaya Jagata Juda Eno Nitai Bine Bai Radha Krishna Paitena Eno Nitai Dine Bai Radha Krishna Paitena Drida Kori Doro Nitapai Drida Kori Doro Nitapai Drida Koridoro Nirtapai Drida Koridoro Nirtapai Se Sambandha Nahi Jara Vrita Janma Gero Tara Se Sambandha Nahi Se Pashu Bodo Dodo Chan Se Pashu Bodo Dodo Chan Se Pashu Bodo Dodo Chan Nitana Bonira Mukhe Majino Samsara Sukhe Nitana Bonira Mukhe Majino Samsara Sukhe Vijakune Hikori Beta Vidyapure ki kori beta Vidyapure ki kori beta Ahankare matahaya nitai pada pashariya Asatyere satya kori mani Nitaya Karuna Have Vraje Radha Krishna Pabe Dara Nitya Charana Dukani Dara Nitya Charana Dukani Nitaya Charana Satya Vahara Sevaka Nitya Nitaya Charana Satya Vahara Sevaka Nitya Nitaya Pada Sadakara Hasha Nitaya Pada Nitai pada sada korohash. Narottama pada tuki Nitai more korosuki. Rakoranga chara nirapash. Rakoranga chara nirapash. Nitai Parikrama Koti Chandra Sushitala. Jai Jaya Jagata Judaya. Hena Nitai Bine Bai Radha Krishna Paitenai. Kari Dara Nitar Paya. Jaya Nitai Jaya Go. Jaya Nitai Jaya Go. Jaya Nitai Jaya Go. Jaya Nitai Jaya Go. Jaya Nityanandarai Jaya Nityanandarai Nityanandarai Jaya Nityanandarai. The lotus feet of Nitai are as cooling as millions of moons. Their shade gives solace to the entire universe. Without a personality such as Nitai, O brother, it is not possible to attain Radha and Krishna, so firmly take hold of his feet, his lotus feet. If someone does not establish a relationship with Nityananda Prabhu, his human birth is wasted. Such an animalistic person is very wicked. Not uttering the name of Nitai with his lips, he drowns himself in the so-called happiness of the material world. What, then, can his education and pedigree do for him? Maddened by false pride and forgetting Nitai's lotus feet, one considers illusion to be truth. If Nitai is merciful, one can attain Radha and Krishna and Braj, so firmly take hold of Nitai's two lotus feet. The lotus feet of Nitai are eternal truth, and his servitors are eternally liberated. Always aspire to attain the lotus feet of Nitai. Narottam is very unhappy. O Nitai, please make me happy by keeping me close to the reddish soles of your lotus feet. Jai.
His version is really long. I think I have the melody, but I can. Yeah. His version is okay. Yeah. 164. Okay, so we have the sense for the instrumentals. Paro suker kaburgai. Baro suker kaburgai. Surabhi kunjete namer hate kuleche koranitai. Baro mujhe katatai. Baro mujhe katatai. Shvaramuye shudha namre hate te bikai. Shvaramuye shudha namse hate te bikai. Jato bhakta vrindabasi. Jato bhakta vrindabasi. Hari kari dheke nama becha karo kashi. Varori karo deke nama bechi daro kashi. Jare nama kinde bai. Jare nama kinde bai. Amar sange chalo Mahajaner kache jai. Tumi kinbe Krishna nam. Tumi kinbe Krishna nam. Dasuri roli borami purna habekam. Dasuri nukil ami purna kabekam. Bado Jaya Nityananda. Bado Jaya Nityananda. Sraramatralaya Dena Paramananda. Oh, Sraramatralaya Dena Paramananda. एक बार देखो कक्षे जाओ. एक बार केकरे कक्षे जाओ. Guru bole nitai dena sakala samba. Dena Shudha Krishna Shiksha. Dena Shudha Krishna Shiksha. Jati dana vidyava nakare apeksha. Amachare mayeja. Amani jare dayama. Grihe tako bane tako nate ke janja. Grihe tako bane tako nate ke janja. Ara naiko karir bai. Ara naiko karir bai. Achandale deno nama nitai dayamai. Bhakti vinodakai. Bhakti vinodakai. Nitai chara charan bina aur nahi ashray. Nitai chara charan bina aur nahi ashray. Jaya Nitai Jaya Go. Jaya Nitai Jaya Go. Nitai Gora Haribo. 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki. I am singing news of great happiness that Sarabi Kund, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, has opened a marketplace of the holy name. It is a matter of great bliss that he is selling the pure holy name at that marketplace for merely the price of one's faith. For examining the qualification of everyone in the assembly of devotees waiting to purchase the holy name, he bargains for the proper price with each person. My dear brothers, if you want to purchase the pure holy name, then come with me to meet this magnanimous personality. You will purchase the pure holy name. I shall take my due commission, and all our desires will be fulfilled. Sri Nityananda Prabhu is extraordinarily merciful. Merely for the price of one's faith, he bestows the topmost divine bliss. If Nitai only once sees tears welling in the eyes of someone chanting the name of Gaura, he gives his full support to that person. He gives that person genuine teachings about Sri Krishna, not imposing any conditions in regard to caste, wealth, or strength of knowledge. The snares of Maya are immediately released, So one may remain either at home as a householder or in the forest as a renunciate, for no more troubles remain. There is no longer any need to fear the age of Kali, for the munificent Nitai gives the holy name to everyone, even to the lowest among men. Bhakti Vinod loudly proclaims to all, besides the lotus feet of Sri Nitai Chandra, there is no other shelter. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Yes. Okay. I need someone else to do it because I have to cook.
Akave Goranitai. Akave Goranitai. Akave Gora. Akave Goranitai. Akave Goranitai. Epatita jane Uru kripa kori deka vive dute vai. Epatita jane Uru kripa kori deka vive dute vai. Akave Goranitai. Akave Goranitai. Tuhu kripa bale Navadvip Adam Dekivo brajera sobe. Tuhu kripa bale Navadvip Adame Dekive so. Ananda Sukara Kunjamanohara. Ananda Sukara Kunjamanohara. Heri Bonaya Nelova. Heri Bonaya Nelova. Ananda Sukara Kunjamanohara. Heri Bonaya Nelova. Heri Bonaya Nelova. Taharina Kate Shrilalita Kunda Ranavedi Kato Sata. Taharita Tate Shrilalita Kunda Ranavedi Kato Sata. Jata Radha Krishna Lila Vistariya. Lila Vistariya Viharina Virata. Viharina Virata. Lila Vistariya Viharina Virata. Viharina Virata. Saki Gana Jata Lila Sare Nana Seva Sukha Pai. Saki Gana Jata Lila Rasa Gana Seva Sukha Pai. Edasita Tai Sakira Gyate. Sakya gyate kare tu te dhai. Kare tu te dhai. Malatira mala gatiani modi bote besaki kara. Malatira mala gitira nari modi bote besaki kara. Malatira mala gatiani modi bote besaki kara. Mate Dhama Gatiani Radha Krishna Gale Saki Paribe Nahi bo Ananda Bhare Nahi bo Ananda Bhare Radha Garadale Saki Paribe Nachibo Ananda Bhare Akave Goranitai Akave Goranitai Jaya Nitai Jaya Go Nitai Nitai Jaya Go Jaya Nitai Jaya Go Jaya Nitai Jaya Nitai Jaya Go Jaya Nitai Jaya Go Jaya Nitai Jaya Go Jaya Nitai Jaya Go Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Jaya Jaya Radhe 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 Jaya Radhe 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 Jaya Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Krishna Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Alas, alas, when will the two brothers Gaur Nitai bestow their abundant mercy upon this most fallen person and show themselves to him? By the power of their mercy, I shall see the transcendental splendor of Braj in Navadvip. I shall behold the enchanting Ananda Sukada Kunja with greedy eyes. Near to Ananda Sukada Kunj is Sri Lalita Kund, surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of bejeweled sitting places, where Sri Radha Krishna expand the incessant revelry of their pastimes. All of their Sakis are there to assist in these pastimes, realizing the joy of rendering various kinds of seva. This maidservant is also present, running here and there to carry out her duties on the order of her Saki. Stringing a garland of malati flowers, I shall bring it and place it in the hands of my Saki. She will place it around the necks of Shri Radha Krishna, and I shall dance, filled with ecstasy. Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. Not at the last part. Mantra.
We have. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Hari Nama, Jayo Hari Nama, Hari Nama, Jayo Hari Nama. Jayo Radha, Hari Radha, Rama, Hari Radhe. Jayo Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Gurudev, 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 Jai Jai Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Haribo. Shri Harima Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai.
Agyanam Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Gurave Gaudiya Chandraya Radhikaya Tudalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadavaktaya namo. Yang pravrajantam manupetam apeta krityam dvaipayano virahaka tadavajuhava trititanmayataya tadavo banidas tang sarvabhutaridayam munimanatosmi bhaktya hinaya para dalakshay jiptasya kamadi tarangamadi kripa maitam sharanam prapadyam brinde namaste charanara vrindam Tavaivasmi Najivamitam Yena Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tam Nayamam Charana Kripaya Radha Badita Shishabada Kema Paravishishta Pushti Marayadi Yonmi Yadivadati Chakinshit Smera Nitasrir Vijavaramani Panktya Mukti Shuktya Tadakim Shama Sundara Shikanda Sheka Smera Samurali Manohara Radhika Padat Nidhe Swapriya Charana Kinkari Prananata Vishabhanu Nandini Shimakabjara Salula Sadapada Radhika Paratali Kritastiti Tambajami Rasikendra Shek Sambhidaya Dashini Prataye Brajamahendra Nandana Astu Mohantavati Vallabha Janma Janmane Madhesvari. First I offer my unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Diksha Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astodra Sat Shishiman, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the same unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Shiksha Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astodra Sat Shishiman, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj. To our grandfather Guru Shishimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj and Shishimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to all of his divine associates and all the assembled devotees, Diksha Gurus from my Shiksha Guru Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Madhav Maharaj, Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Ban Maharaj, and Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. So here we are where? We are not in Samantadvip yet. We are still at Antardvip because we went back to the Yoga Pit because we hadn't seen everything. That is, we just now, this morning, saw Sachi Mata's delivery room and the tree, the neem tree, or the replica of the neem tree. Do you know why why he was named Nimai? Yes, because neem is very bitter. So if his name is Nimai, then he would ward off all the ghosts and inauspicious things. Now Srila Gurudev decided to speak about Vishnu Priya at this place of Yogapeeth. He said that when Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas, the lives of Mother Sachi and Vishnu Priya Devi became filled with intolerable separation from him. This is intolerable how you treated me. That's all a perverted reflection of the beautiful, intolerable separation of Sachimata and Vishnu Priya. At that time, they were cared for by Ishan Thakur and Sri Bangsi Bharananda. In separation from Mahaprabhu, Vishnu Priya forgot to eat, she forgot to drink, and she forgot to tend to all other bodily needs. She forgot everything and became extremely weak and frail. She just chanted the Maha Mantra from morning till noon. For each mantra she chanted, she didn't use beads. She put down one piece of rice. And she washed that rice with her tears. And then however much rice was collected, she prepared that rice and offered it to Radha and Krishna and to her deity of Mahaprabhu. Or sometimes Gurudev says she gave it to Sachimata, who cooked it and offered it to Radha and Krishna and Mahaprabhu. She then offered the prasad to Sachi Devi, who would accept some and leave the rest. And this is how many pieces of rice can you get if you chant from morning till night, till noon. And then, so Sachimata would accept some rice, leave the rest, which amounted to a mere handful for Vishnu Priya, but that's what Vishnu Priya took. She wasn't interested in eating. With a restless heart, she remembered Mahaprabhu day and night, and as she chanted the holy name, she wept. So we can also pray to her to help us. Faithful devotees receive darshan of her lotus feet only after repeated requests. So everybody was in so much separation. Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Srivas Pandit, they couldn't even stay in Navadvip. It was too intolerable because every piece of dust, every inch of Navadvip reminded them. You know how when you had a great time with somebody and then they either died or they left or the relationship ended bitterly. When you think of those same sweet pastimes, it's intolerably painful. So they couldn't even stay anymore, just like Raghunath Das Babaji, Goswami. He couldn't tolerate living in Jagannath Puri because every atom, every piece of dust reminded him of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he decided to go to Vrindavan and commit suicide, either by jumping off Govardhan or jumping into the Jamuna. But the Jamuna became too shallow and Govardhan became too low. So later, when the Ganga flooded a large part of Navadvip, the inhabitants moved to the western bank called Kulya Bahadapur. Now we're going to visit Chaitrapal Shiva, who is also Gopiswara Mahadev. You all know how Lord Shiva became Gopiswara Mahadev? Hands who know. Okay, you're all wrong. Shiva never became Gopeswar Mahadev. Mahadev, Gopeswar became everybody else and then did a pastime of becoming Gopeswar. But I see you all know that. And all Rupanuga Vaishnavas honor Kshetrapal Shiva as Gopeswar Mahadev. We don't pray to any other Lord Shiva. Like at the back of the Shiva Tattva book, there's so many names which Gurudev called out to honor Lord Shiva. Lokanath Mahadev ki jai, Gopeswar Mahadev ki jai. Kameshwar Mahadev, Nandishwar Mahadev, Chakaleshwar Mahadev, Parvati Pati, Shishi Shankar, Hara Hara Hara, Hara Mahadev ki jai. So but those who are following Rupa Goswami are all only interested in worshipping him as Gopeswar Mahadev because he can give Gopi Bhav. And then Gurudev quotes here, which I think you all know. Do you all know the prayer to Gopeswar Mahadev? Yes, yes. Low number. Okay. Vrindavanavani Jaya Soma Soma Mole Sanak Sanatan Sanandana Naradedya Gopiswara Brajavila Sijugangri Padme Prema Priyacha Nirupadi Namo Namaste. O gatekeeper of Vrindavan, O Soma, all glories to you. O you whose forehead is decorated with the moon, and who is worshipable for the sages headed by the four Kumars and Narada. O Gopeswar, desiring that you bestow upon me prem for the lotus feet of Radha Madhav, who perform joyous pastimes in Brajadam, I offer obeisances unto you again and again. So here's the Vriddha Shiva deity. We can now, yes, very good, Haridas, you let us in, rolling on the ground, fainting. By the way, those of you on live stream, everybody here faints and they weep when they come to each new place. And putting the dust on our head, eyelids, tongue, and heart. Now we come to Lord Nrsingadev's temple, which is also on the property land of the yoga pit. And right next to that temple is a temple of Gaur Gadadhar. And this is all close to the Kshetrapal Shiva temple. And what does he do? You know, we have that kirtan. It's not in the book, is it? Can you find it in my old room, in the cabinet? Then we could print it out. You don't? Oh, right now? No, for the next class, for tomorrow. So here is Lord Nrsingadev, who looks to me more like Lord Varaha, and Prahlad, and Gaur Gadadhar. False imitation worshippers worship Gaur Gadadhar in an amorous mood, that Gadadhar is Radharani, which he is, and Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, in the mood of Krishna, which he isn't. So they worship them in an amorous mood. But Gadadhar Prabhu was always in the mood of das. You'll see many pastimes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. There's a very interesting reason why. Do you know why? Because Radharani is a left-wing gopi, very contrary. No, 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 don't touch me. So, very feisty. If Gadadhar Pandit was going to be Radharani in that mood, then Mahaprabhu would have forgotten that he's supposed to be Radha, and he would have just thought of himself as Krishna. But he came to experience the mood of Radharani. So therefore, Radharani, it's not that go to Hari. It's not that, although some people think that Krishna stole Radharani's left-wing mood. Gurudev said this is bogus, bogus, and so bogus. That Krishna stole Radharani's left-wing mood, and so she was only left with the right wing. It's the only thing left, and that's Gadadhar. But that's not true at all, because she's still there in Goloka Vrindavan with her leftist mood. But she played the role of very submissive and das, so that she wouldn't disturb the need of Krishna to play her role and be absorbed in it. So he facilitated, although he facilitated Mahaprabhu's mood to help him be her, help Krishna be her, at the same time he would twist Krishna's ear. You know how if a child does something wrong, the teacher or the mother twists his ear in order to teach him. Because remember, in Wales, Gurudev said, Krishna asked Radharani, can I please borrow your mood and complexion? Yes, you can, but I'm going to have to come and help you, and I'm going to have to bring my Sakis, Lalita and Vishaka to help you as Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai. So how would he do that? He didn't act in a left-wing mood, but he helped in different ways. Like, for example, Mahaprabhu was singing, Paraha Pitam Natavarabapu Karneo Karnikaram. This fifth verse of Venugit, or 1021 Srimad Bhagavatam, where the gopis are describing in what Gurudev said is the best description of Krishna in the Srimad Bhagavatam. How he has a karnikar flower on one ear so that he could look debonair to the gopis. And he marks the ground with his footprints, and he plays a sweet tune on his flute. He wears a Vaijayanti Mala garland. And why did I say that? Oh yeah, so Mahaprabhu did that, and he was weeping and things, but it wasn't perfect. So then Gadadhar Prabhu, from behind the curtain, he did it much better to teach Mahaprabhu how to do it. And then, so let's roll in the dust here, weep as usual. And what are you showing here? Yes, so here Krishna has the peacock feathers on his head, and he has the karnikar flower on one of his ears, and the Vaijayanti Mala garland, which sometimes go all the way down to his feet. And in a later verse, they describe his two ropes. He has one rope for lassoing cows to bring them when he's cow herding, and one rope to tie the leg of the cow to a pole so that the calf can drink the milk. So one of them he wears on his shoulder, you can see here if you get close, and one of them he wears on his turban. Thank you. Good printing. So now we're going to one last place in Navadvip. That is Sri Gaura Kund. So in Vrindavan, there's Radha Kund, it's my jacks. There's Radha Kund and Shamakund. They're supremely glorious there in Vrindavan. So in Navadvip, which is non-different from Vrindavan, there's Gaur Kund. The devotees of Lord Chaitanya bathe and perform Achman. So here we are at Gaur Kund. We're going to perform Achman here, taking the 3 dips of water, putting in our mouth, heart, head, tongue. And now we're going to bathe. Everybody jump in and bathe, men on one side, ladies on another. And thus they taste the sweetness of Radha Krishna's mercy. As you may remember, the Ganga was heartbroken that she couldn't have the benefits that Yamuna has of being the reservoir where Radha and Krishna and the gopis have their water sports, and how sometimes the water is colored with different colors from the unguents of their bodies. So she performed great austerities, Ganga Devi, and she's the older sister of Jamuna. So being pleased with her austerities, Lord Chaitanya said, okay, in Navadvip, I will play in you, and people will get Gaur Prem from that, and then that's as good as Radha Krishna Prem. They'll get that as well. And many devotees who are expert in bhajan, they perform their bhajan here. Okay, so Antardvip ki jai ho. So right kind of next door, we don't have to go across any rivers or anything. We come to the island of Samantadvip. Oh, I forgot to mention that. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as you know, he finally brought Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj at the age of 140 or 144 in a basket carried by his servant Bipina Bihari. And then, because he was searching and searching for that place, how much do we owe Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, showing us the place of Mahaprabhu's birth? So he was seeing there, speaking to the residents, that whatever they plant there doesn't grow. Only Tulsi grows, and she just keeps growing. And then he was asking many residents of the place. He was looking at many old geographical maps and also checking scriptures like Bhakti Ratnakara, Chaitanya Bhagavat. And so this just shows the geographical map. And then he proved it because of the Sahajiyas were saying that he took birth on the western side, but he proved that he took birth on the eastern side. And I made a mistake the other day. I think it was Haridas Prabhu who asked, why go to Vrindavan if Navadvip is none? And so Gurudev was answering, is Govardhan there? Is certain places there? But then I added Jamuna. But that's wrong, because Jamuna is in Navadvip. There's Jalangi, Jamuna, Ganga, Saraswati. And so there's, like that. Okay, so now we are moving on to Samantadweep. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Go Premanandi. So now we've arrived at Samantadweep, also called Simulia. Let's roll in the dust here, faint, cry, weep. And then revive consciousness, putting the dust on our head, eyelids, tongue, and heart. And page 87. Here there's a temple of Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra just outside Chandkazi Samadhi. So I'm going to read from Gurudev's lecture book, Navadvip Parikrama. It's a terrible story. But I'll read the story, it's really terrible. This island is also called Simulia. It consists of Shrenadanga, a part of Vaman Puskar. And there was a Rajput, Mulapad, Vishnu Nagar, Sharadanga, and other places. So there was an ancient temple of Lord Jagannath. Now Jagannath temple is here. But before he was elsewhere. In the old Suradanga. Sorry. It is said that a Muslim king named Kala Pahada became antagonistic towards the Hindus when his mother, a Hindu lady, was forcibly captured by Muslims and her Hindu parents abandoned her. So again, what was that?
There was a Muslim
King named Kala Pahada.
and he became very antagonistic towards Hindus.
Because
His mother, who was a Hindu, was captured by Muslim folks, and her parents, who were Hindu, abandoned her.
right, so she was forcibly captured by the Muslims and her Hindu parents abandoned her. She was left with no choice but to live with the Muslims. When he grew up, he came to know of this, and when people take revenge, they just go wild. When he grew up, he came to know of this, and he abolished thousands of temples just because her parents abandoned her, and forcibly converted thousands of Hindus into Muslims. When he attacked Jagannath Puri, the deities of Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra were brought here and worshipped by a devotee here. That's how they got here. According to the Puranas, now we're coming to Parvati, how this island became known as Samantadweep. According to the Puranas, once in the course of Shiva's narration about Krishna's pastimes to Parvati, he began to describe Sri Gauranga, that he would be coming soon, and that he's none other than Krishna himself. Krishna himself, but resplendent with the complexion and mood of Srimati Radhika. So she went there, and she started to perform austerities doesn't say what, but she performed austerities, like not eating. By her austerities, Mahaprabhu became very pleased, and he appeared to her. And she was so enchanted by his form that she expressed her desire to behold his pastimes when he would appear there many years later. So Mahaprabhu said, "Since you are my inseparable energy, you are always an associate in my pastimes." Inseparable energy because she's a manifestation of Srimati Radhika. As my internal energy, you are my dear Radhika, and as the external energy, you're a manifestation of her known as Durga. Durga, Kali, Bhadrakali, Parvati, Himavati. As Yogamaya, you manifest my pastimes, and as Purnamasi in Braj, you nourish them. Now in Navadvip, you eternally reside as Praudamaya. So there's Vriddashiva, and Vriddashiva's consort is Praudamaya. And she resides along with her husband, Chaitrapal Shiva. So she has so many names according to her particular relationship with Lord Shiva. And you help those who turn towards me to become attracted to my service. Hearing this, Parvati became overwhelmed with ecstatic love, and she took Mahaprabhu's foot dust and put it on the part of her hair. Mahaprabhu then disappeared. The parting of the hair is called samanta. And because she placed that on that parting, she became known as, here's another name of her, Samantini. Samantani or Tini? Samantani Devi. So Durga, Parvati, Himavati, Sati. Sati was when she was in the Dandakaranya forest with Lord Shiva and didn't believe him and then tested Ram. And here she is Simantani Devi. The place where this pastime occurred became known as Simantadvip. And then, of course, you know about John Kazi. He was also a Muslim king, and he was envious of the Hindus. And so he sent his henchmen to break the Mridanga at Shiva's Pandit's house. But then those same henchmen, they went to him, and their beards were all burning because Mahaprabhu didn't tolerate that. So he was a very, very high official in the kingdom of Hussein Shah, Bengal's chief ruler. I believe Hussein Shah was also the one who arrested Sanatana Goswami because he caught him red-handed. He was turning in sick reports to the Hussein, and then he sent his doctor to see what's wrong, but the doctor said nothing's wrong with him. So he went himself and he caught Sanatana Goswami studying Srimad Bhagavatam with the Brahmanas. And so he was very unhappy. Sanatana Goswami said, "Look, I can't serve you anymore. Do with me what you want." So he threw him in jail. And then Rupa Goswami, who is also now taking the renounced order, he took his wealth, 10,000 gold coins, and sent that to Sanatana Goswami to bribe the jailer to get out of jail, which is what he did. So he was able to get out of jail and, long story short, to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why did I tell about that? Oh, Hussain Shah. So Chand Kazi was like a servant of Hussain Shah. So he was the administrator of Navadvip, but he was a Muslim. It's not a good match. So he was a very big opponent of the Hindu religion. So that same evening, after he passed the law saying no one in Navadvip is allowed to do Sankirtan, but Srivas Pandit did it anyway, in defiance of that law. So he came and broke the Mridanga, and he said, if you do this again, we're going to just burn your houses. So Mahaprabhu came to know, he was very unhappy, and in defiance of that law, he gathered hundreds of thousands of devotees, and they came with torches, and he assured, they went to Chand Kazi's residence. He was so scared because they started breaking all the plants, and they came with torches. So he ran in his house, and then Mahaprabhu enticed him to come out, even though he was terrified. He assured him that he had nothing to fear. And then he said, actually, according to village relationships, we're actually relatives. You are my maternal uncle. Does that ring a bell? Kamsa. And I want your affection. Why are you hiding? So Chand Kazi replied, well, after breaking the Mridanga, I returned home. That night, while I slept, the form of Nrsinga suddenly mounted my chest and scratched it with his nails. Look. He showed him his scratches and said, today I'm letting you go. But if in the future you ever again obstruct my Sankirtan movement, I will kill you. Always remember this. So I woke up from my sleep in horror. So I promise that from this day forward, I will tell everyone in my dynasty never to obstruct the Sankirtan movement. And also, as I mentioned, his servants who did that, who went there and broke the Mridanga, their beards were all broken, were all burning. And they said, we couldn't stop saying Hari, 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 Hari Krishna. So then he asked the Qazi, so you people are engaged in cow killing. In the Muslim scripture, there's no injunction that you're allowed to kill cows. And the cow gives milk to both the Hindus and the Muslims. So the cow is our mother. Why are you killing the mother? And he replied, in our noble Quran, there's no injunction. That's true. Those who do so are acting in opposition to the Quran. So after this incident, Chand Kazi became a devotee, and when he disappeared from the world, his samadhi was built here. So there's this tree. And so we all circumambulate this tree where the samadhi is standing. So this is a very interesting tree because right at his samadhi is this tree. It's a 500-year-old Goloka Champak tree. And it stands as a witness to this incident. It continues to blossom even though the upper part of the tree is hollow. And there's one other place that we go to in Navadvip, and that is what? Sridhar Angam. As opposed to Srivasangam, there's Sridhar Angam. Sridhar is very poor. He used to worship the Ganges. This is actually at the border of Antardvip and Samantradvip. He used to worship the Ganges, and whatever profit he made by selling his different kinds of products of banana, he would give half to the worship of the Ganges. He lived in a very dilapidated house, really poor, but showing that, Mahaprabhu is showing that he doesn't favor a rich devotee over a poor devotee. He loved Sridhar so much, and he wasn't attached at all. I'm living in a poor house. Because he considered that his only wealth was Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Do you know who he is in Krishna Lila? There's a Saka, cowherd boy named Kusumasava. Interesting name. Kusumasava. Kusuma means flowers, bunch of flowers. Kusumasava Saka. So Nimai, because he's a Saka, so Nimai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he used to play around with him. He used to meet him daily on the bank of the Ganga, and on the footpath that ran alongside of the Ganga, Sridhar would be selling his banana leaves, banana flowers, soft banana stalks, and ripe bananas, green bananas, and various vegetables, such as bottle gourd, which is Loki, and eggplant, all of which he had grown in his garden. With half the money he obtained from the sales, he would buy flowers and other articles to worship the Ganga, and the other half he used for maintenance. And here is Lord Chaitanya, Nimai Pandit, fooling around with Sridhar. So he particularly liked his vegetables. Every day he literally took the vegetables without paying. Sometimes a Loki, sometimes a banana flower, sometimes a ripe banana. And then a scuffle would always take place between them. Sridhar would become angry, catch Nimai's hand and say, "I'm a poor brahmana. What can I give in charity? Furthermore, I'm worshipping the Ganga. That's what I do with, so you're really stealing from the Ganga by taking my products." So Mahaprabhu would answer, "Well, I'm Ganga's husband. By serving me, Ganga will be satisfied." Then Sridhar replied, "You commit an offense by saying you're the husband of Ganga. You don't even fear Bhagavan himself." Then Mahaprabhu laughed and said, "One day you will have to accept my words." So both the old man and the young boy derive immense delight from such quarreling, just like Krishna and the Sakas. So you remember yesterday we heard that when Mahaprabhu got back from being initiated by Ishwara Puri, he went to Srivas Thakur's house and performed his Sat Praharya Leela. That means for 21 hours he was Vishnu. And all devotees came and worshipped him, and the devotees of other incarnations came and worshipped him. And he sat on the throne of Vishnu in Srivas Thakur's house. So and he was granting everybody Krishna Prem. So then Mahaprabhu called for Sridhar and gave him a Krishna Prem too. Thus absorbed, he cried, O Krishna, and fainted, the Sridhar. After defeating the Kazi, Mahaprabhu came to Sridhar's house with a huge Sankirtan party. Mahaprabhu drank water to his satisfaction, just to show how he loves his devotee, from Sridhar's broken iron pot. Mahaprabhu personally drank water from there and greatly glorified him. On the day that Mahaprabhu renounced his home, he met Sridhar in the evening and received a loki from him. Then he asked his mother to make the preparation called luk-luki, which is milk and this loki boiled together. Makes a very sweet preparation. And then you add some sugar, which his mother did. When it was prepared and offered to their deity, Mahaprabhu honored that Mahaprasad with great relish. So I think we're finished with Samantadvip. Yeah.
It's kind of tangential, but not really.
What?
Kind of a tangent, but still a question. You said when he was showing his form, he sat on the throne of Vishnu.
Like a deity.
Did the room change, or was it kind of spiritually the throne was there? Just kind of imagining it as like a whole set change.
Oh, a whole set with a big throne.
Yeah.
Actually, we can read from that. It's in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Kadagraj, can you find it? It's in the Adi Leela, because he's still in Navadvip. And one of my godbrothers did a painting of it. Huh? With Murari Gupta. No, this is in the house of Srivas. He came there right after he got initiated. You got it? Good, because we have a little more time. Where is it? Oh, you're still looking?
It's only one verse.
Really?
Maybe there's more in Chaitanya Bhagavad.
That's what it's saying.
Oh, they said we can hear that tomorrow during breakfast.
Yeah, it's described in Chaitanya Bhagavad, but the verse CC, when he's summarizing his Navadvip pastimes, he says, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, after the Lord delivered the two brothers, Jagai and Madai, the Lord remained in an ecstatic position for 21 hours, and all the devotees saw his specific pastimes.
You sure that's all?
The only picture that I found is him displaying his forms of Raha.
Mm.
That's the same his house.
Mm.
I showed the evening time RT after evening time
Is that on the way to Chankazi? Because they did have the torches, right? Yeah, you can check that. Oh, there's even a painting of Mahaprabhu at the Kazis. Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, this isn't the Satpaharya Leela, but here's when... Sorry?
Once Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the house of Sridhar after Kirtan and drank water from his damaged iron pot. Then he bestowed his benediction upon all the devotees according to their desires.
Right, but it's not specifically what he did in Shivas.
It's not
It's,
written here.
it's very
Yeah,
summarily.
yeah.
And all right, let's check that out. So here is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's party with their torches. Isn't it beautiful? Well, can you just turn to it? And here's Mahaprabhu speaking with the Kazi about cow killing and etc. And about his chest being scratched up. We have Chaitanya Bhagavad here. So where did you say it is? In the CC? All right, let's try chapter 17 of Chaitanya Charitamrita. You have chapter 17 there? All right. 17 what? 48. Okay, we'll try it. Around there.
It says between 48 and 52.
Oh.
Are you sure it's Adi Lila?
This is a different Leela here. Chaitanya Bhagavat, you found? Yeah. Yeah? Did you found the verse that was indicated? But I know we did a painting.
Could you describe it a little bit?
Yeah, Advaita Acharya is worshipping Mahaprabhu in a very opulent form. I think that's that time.
This is when he takes sannyas, right?
No.
Oh.
It's before that. He just got initiated. Yes. Let's see if this is it.
Oh, it's Madhyakanda chapter 2.
Okay, you want to read it out loud with a mic? Did you find it? Oh, he found it in the book itself. Right? Same place?
Extensive descriptions, but
Hmm? Oh, okay, let's go. You want to read it with a mic? Yeah, I have it here. I have it here. It is Adi Lila, chapter 17. I'll read mine first. So right after Jagai and Madai, after this incident, there is only one verse, but there's a big purport. After this incident of delivering Jagai and Madai, the Lord remained in an ecstatic position for 21 hours, and all the devotees saw his specific pastimes. In the deity room, there must be a bed for the deity behind the deity's throne. This system would immediately be introduced, should immediately be introduced, Prabhupada said, introduced in our centers as well. And so, yeah, in the ISKCON centers they have that. It does not matter, we have it here too, it does not matter whether the bed is big or small. It should be of the size of the deity room can conveniently accommodate. But there must be at least a small bed. So one day, in the house of Srivas Thakur, Mahaprabhu sat down on the bed of Vishnu, and all the devotees worshipped him with the Vedic mantras of the Purusha Shukta, beginning with Sahasra Sirsha Purusha, Sahasra Raksha, Sahasrapat. This Vedic stuti should also be introduced, if possible, for installation of the deities. Then he start talking about while bathing the deity. All the priests and devotees must chant. Do you? This Purusha Shukta. Where it begins, Sahasra Sirsa Purusha, Sahasra Raksha, Sahasrapat. Okay. Whatever you do is good. And there must be appropriate paraphernalia for worshipping, flowers, fruits, incense, arti paraphernalia. So, the Lord remained for 7 praharas, or 21 hours. He took this opportunity to show the devotees that he is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the source of all incarnations, and that all the other incarnations emanate from him. So at that time, all the devotees became fully confident that he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But then, of course, they forgot. And here it says that he called for Sridhar, whose name was Kolavecha Sridhar, and showed him his Mahaprakash. Then he called for Murari Gupta and showed him his feature as Lord Ramchandra. So the devotees of different incarnations came and worshipped him during this pastime. He offered his blessings to Haridas Thakur, and at this time he also asked Advaita Prabhu to explain Bhagavad Gita as it is, and showed special favor to Mukunda. So he did all this during the 21 hours. Okay, now it's your turn. Yes, with the mic.
Yeah, I'm in Madhya Kanda, chapter 9, and the beginning of the narration, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, is on text 17, but it's very extensive, and then I found the part where Sridhar, he says, go get Sridhar. So I'll read the first couple verses and then skip. While dancing on this day, the Lord made all the devotees fortunate by going up and sitting on the throne of Lord Vishnu. On other days, when the Lord had manifested his ecstasy and sat on the throne of Vishnu, he had acted like he was unaware of his actions. But during this Sat Praharya Bhav, the Lord gave up all pretension and revealed his glories for 21 hours. All the devotees felt great ecstasy as they stood before the Lord with folded hands. How wonderful were their feelings of satisfaction. Everyone felt like they were enjoying in Vaikuntha. The Lord also sat like the Lord of Vaikuntha. Not even a tinge of illusion was present there. The Lord ordered, "Recite the prayers for my Abhishek." On hearing this, the devotees happily recited. On hearing the Abhishek prayers, the Lord rolled his head, and without duplicity glanced mercifully on everyone. The devotees understood the Lord's indication and decided to perform the Abhishek ceremony.
You can keep going. It
Okay.
is interesting.
Yeah. All the devotees brought Ganges water and strained it with fine, clean cloth. Thereafter, they joyfully prepared for the Abhishek by mixing camphor and 4 other ingredients in the water. In the purport, it says these ingredients were musk, sandalwood, 3 portions of kumkum, and a little bit of camphor. The tumultuous sound of Jai, Jai was heard in 4 directions as everyone began to recite the Abhishek mantras. First, Sri Nityananda Prabhu chanted Jai, Jai as he happily poured water on the head of the Lord. Exalted devotees headed by Advaita and Srivas bathed the Lord while reciting the Purusha Shukta mantras. The devotees of Gauranga were expert in chanting mantras. As they recited mantras, they joyfully poured water on the Lord. Devotees headed by Mukunda sang auspicious Abhishek songs, as some devotees cried. Some danced, and some became overwhelmed in ecstasy. The chaste women made auspicious sounds as everyone's hearts filled with ecstasy. The Lord of Vaikuntha sat on the throne as all the devotees poured water over his head. As a formality, there was supposed to be 108 pots of water, but thousands of pots could not actually hold all of that water. The fortunate demigods assumed the forms of human beings and secretly took part in the Abhishek ceremony. If one offers even a drop of water at the lotus feet of the Lord in meditation, what to speak of directly, he is never subjected to the punishment of Yamaraj. That Lord is now directly accepting water from everyone. The servants and maidservants of Srivas brought water and also bathed the Lord. This is the result of serving the devotees. One most fortunate maidservant, named Duki, brought water for the Lord, who encouraged her by saying, "Bring, bring." On seeing her devotional service, the Lord changed her name from Duki to Suki. All the devotees bathed the Lord while chanting various Vedic mantras, and then they dried his body. Thereafter they dressed him in new cloth and applied fragrant sandalwood paste on his transcendental body. They cleaned Vishnu's throne, and the Lord then sat down on it. Lord Nityananda held an umbrella over the Lord's head, and some fortunate soul fanned him with a chamara. Then all the devotees began to offer various items of worship at the lotus feet of their Lord. They offered water for washing the feet, auspicious ingredients to the hand, water for washing the mouth, sandalwood paste, flowers, incense, lamps, foodstuffs, and cloth. According to their capacity, they offered Brahmin thread, clothes, and ornaments. In this way, they worshipped the Lord with 16 ingredients. The devotees dipped tulsi manjaris in sandalwood paste and repeatedly offered them at the lotus feet of the Lord. After worshipping the Lord according to the rules and regulations prescribed for chanting the 10-syllable Gopal mantra, they offered prayers. All the Lord's principal associates, headed by Advaita, fell at the Lord's feet and offered obeisances. Tears of love flowed from the eyes of the devotees. The Lord sincerely listened as they offered the following prayers. All glories to the Lord of all universes. Please glance mercifully on the living entities who are afflicted with the 3-fold material miseries. All glories to the original cause and Father of everyone. All glories to the Lord who has incarnated to inaugurate the Sankirtan movement. All glories to the protector of Vedic principles and saintly persons. All glories to the Lord who gives life to everyone, from Brahma to the non-moving living entities. All glories to the reservoir of transcendental qualities and the deliverer of the fallen souls. All glories to the supreme shelter and friend of the poor. All glories to the cowherd boy who lives in the ocean of milk. All glories to the Lord who manifests his pastimes for the sake of his devotees. All glories to the Lord who is the inconceivable, unfathomable, and original truth. All glories to the Lord, who is the most gentle form of pure goodness. All glories to that Lord, who is the ornament and deliverer of the Brahmin community. All glories to the Lord, who is the life and soul of all, including the Vedic principles. All glories to the deliverer of the fallen Ajamil. All glories to he who liberated Putana of her sins. All glories to he who does not see any faults in others and who is the beloved Lord of Lakshmi. In this way all the exalted devotees offered their prayers. Seeing the supreme manifestation of the Lord's form, all his servants merged in an ocean of bliss. Lord Gaurachandra spontaneously extended his lotus feet, which were worshipped by all the devotees. Keep going.
Well, look, you can go to the end.
I'll
like
get to
you
the
suggested.
Sridhar part. The lion-like Gora happily enjoyed his pastimes while extending his feet and touching the bodies of the devotees. As Sri Gaur Sundar was about to give benedictions, all his followers stood before him with folded hands. During this Sat Praharya Bhav, the Lord bestowed mercy on everyone without duplicity. He ordered, "Quickly, go and bring Sridhar. Let him come and behold my opulences. As he constantly thinks of me, he feels great unhappiness. Bring him at once so he may see my glories. Go to the edge of town and wait there. Bring that person who is calling out my name." Following the Lord's instruction, some Vaishnavas hurried to the house of Sridhar. Now here are some topics about Sridhar. He earned his livelihood by selling banana leaves. He would buy one banana tree, cut it into pieces, and then sell those pieces. He offered half of whatever he earned in a day in worship of the Ganges. With the other half, he maintained his life. This is the test of a devotee of Vishnu. He was as truthful as Maharaj Yudhishthir. He never deviated from whatever price he fixed. He passed the entire night without sleep while loudly chanting the names of Krishna and Hari. All the atheists complained, "Due to Sridhar's loud cries, we cannot sleep at night, and our ears are broken. He is a low-class fellow who cannot fill his stomach. Being afflicted with hunger, he stays up all night." In this way, the atheists continued their blasphemy as Sridhar happily engaged in his own activities. Sridhar continued to loudly call out the names of Hari with love throughout the whole night. As soon as the devotees got halfway there, they heard the loud cries of Sridhar. The devotees followed that sound and quickly found him. "O Mahashai, come and see the Lord. Let us become glorious by your touch." On hearing the Lord's name, Sridhar became overwhelmed with ecstasy and fell unconscious to the ground. The devotees quickly picked him up and carefully brought him before Vishwambar. On seeing Sridhar, the Lord was pleased and called him, "Come, come. You have worshipped me so long. You have passed many lifetimes to obtain my love. In this life you have also served me so much. I always eat rice off your banana leaves. I have eaten many times, many items obtained from you. You have forgotten your conversations with me." When the Lord manifested his pastimes as a scholar, he acted like a most arrogant person. Keeping his identity concealed, he enjoyed various pastimes with Sridhar on the pretext of buying banana leaves. The Lord daily visited Sridhar's shop and bought banana leaves, bananas, and banana stems. He would daily quarrel with Sridhar for 2 hours.
Here you did this. Great. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
All right, so, yeah. Antadvip ki jai, Samantadvip ki jai, Shri Navadvip Dham Parikrama ki jai, Mahaprabhu Gauranga Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Gaur Premanandi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Tai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Go Premanandi, Panchakopatrubhyascha Kripasindhubhyeva cha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Okay, good. Tomorrow we go to Navadvip and hopefully Madhvadvip. And now there's prasadam.